All right, and we're back.
What's up, everybody?
Hello.
How is everyone doing? Welcome to Adobe Live here on behance.net/live. My name is Jason Levine, Principal Worldwide Evangelist for Creative Cloud. And today, for the next 2 hours, I'm joined by Pablo Lozano and the
Hello.
one and the only Shonduras. How's it going, everybody? So you were just watching Valentina V and Shameless Maya. So much cool stuff today, really pushing motion graphics templates in Adobe Stock and talking about our contest, where you have the ability, if you go into the Challenge tab, if you're following along on behance.net/live, click on the Challenge tab. You can find out all the instructions. There's a contest. You can be a winner. What can you win, you might ask?
Free stuff.
Free stuff. This in particular today. It's the Premiere pillow.
All of us will lay our
pretty
heads
cool.
on that pillow before we give it away.
Yeah.
Or use it as lumbar support, get it nice and sweaty. And then ship that one out to you. So now you guys are going to be creating some content online today, and we're going to actually take you through the process of working with motion graphics templates. I know Valentina actually just showed this with Maya just moments ago, but maybe we'll show you again. And actually, Pablo, we're going to feature some of your templates in Adobe
for sure.
Stock as well. But even before we get there, because you don't have your laptop here.
Yeah.
Why is that, Sean? Really interesting story.
I
for our
messed
live
up. No, I didn't mess up
No.
at all. I came from Romania, so I was just in Romania for a video game tournament. We had a layover in Amsterdam and then straight to here. Well, to Utah and then to here. It's been a crazy travel schedule. And somewhere in that, my bags disappeared. So I talked to the airline and they're like, oh yeah, we actually found them. They got misplaced over here. We're going to send them. They should be here tonight. That was last night. Went back to the airport. They weren't there. So my cool laptop and everything I was going to show you is, you guys can go look for it if you want. It's out there somewhere. Just let us know in the chat if you find it.
That's right.
But I'll try and dig into a lot of that stuff tomorrow. For today, I'm just like a hard support. I'm the support role.
Okay.
You know, you guys do stuff and like when it gets weird, I just make a joke or something.
Yes.
We got this. Don't worry.
That's
And I'll be reading the chat. I'm going to be in the chat, deep
right.
in the chat.
Deep in the chat. So yeah, as always, let us know where you're from. Shout out to Pablo and Shonduras and say hello. We've got you for the next 2 hours. And thank you, as always, for joining us. And again, to be part of the conversation, really, you can join us here on behance.net/live. All right, so maybe we'll just start by kind of going through the motion graphics template workflow.
What's going on? Simon says Pablo Hotel toothpaste and toothbrushes. That's
What does that
good.
mean?
I
Yeah.
have no
Is that like
idea.
some code you have? He's okay, when I
No
put this in the
idea.
chat, I need you to look at it.
By the way, just to give you an idea, Slovenia, London, Argentina, Jakarta,
Wow,
Germany,
Argentina.
Brazil, Croatia, Atlanta, Georgia, Boston,
Bienvenido.
Massachusetts, France, Illinois, and the list goes on and on. Miami, Florida, Martin, Nick, Danielle, Vanessa,
Never
Kevin,
check the
Claire.
laptop. I broke rule number one
Yeah.
with that. I know that's
That is
rule
true.
number one, and I broke it, and I feel, that's what you get for breaking rule number
But what
one.
was cool about that story too is that you did have the forethought to take all of your media cards out.
Yes!
like, moments before it was taken away
I
from
should
you,
have
right?
told that part of the story. So as I was checking, I'm like, there's important stuff here. Can I get like a priority tag? So they put this like special pink tag that's like, this is important mail, don't lose it. And then they didn't even throw it on the luggage thing. They like went around and put it on like the VIP, like, I don't know, it's like a better luggage belt. And so they did all that, and right as they were putting on, I was like, hold on. And I unzipped it, took out my camera, took out my SD card, took out my other SD cards from the trip. So I have all the footage from the trip, just not the tools to work with it.
Thank goodness. All right.
But that's replaceable.
Chat, let's pull for him, all right? It's going to come back.
Let's do it. Robert's verified in the chat?
That is Rob Zilla calling in from Zillatopia. What is up, Rob Zilla? All right, everybody. So thank you again for joining us. So let's go ahead and let's dive in because we're already 5 minutes in and just real quickly show you the motion graphics template workflow. Again, if you're watching on Behance, be sure to click on the challenge tab. It'll give you all the instructions, including how to download content for the challenge, where in approximately 85 minutes we'll showcase whoever submits things. It's a little challenging
80
making
to
animated
85
motion
minutes.
graphics in 85 minutes. So we get it. Go for it. You got nothing to lose, and you could be the big winner.
It's Dad Duras.
All right,
me.
so let's talk about Adobe Stock and how it works and how you actually access everything from lower thirds, titles, backgrounds, infographics, social media graphics, and even graphics created by Pablo right here that you can find and download and license directly into Premiere Pro right now for free. This is awesome. And the whole idea really here is that it just gives the editor incredible flexibility without ever having to go to After Effects. That's really the concept of leveraging motion graphics templates. Now, we're fortunate to have an incredible motion designer here, but for many, if you're just editing and you use or reuse templates a lot,
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want to change the text. I want to change the colors. I don't need to modify the animation. Give me a way to do that without having to leave that editing workspace, right?
Right.
And that's really what motion graphics templates are all about. So here we are inside of Adobe Stock. I'm currently searching on templates. Again, you've got lots of different types of template options here. These are specifically motion graphics templates. If you want to look at all the free ones, the way that you do that is simply by clicking this radio button here for standard content. If you click on premium, this will show you all of the paid ones available to you, and then of course you can just see all. You've also got
nice
by
ones.
app. So for us, we're going to choose Premiere Pro, and then you have all your various subcategories. And as we mentioned, it covers all sorts of different types of categories, and we're adding more and more to these every week.
Let's dig into one of those.
Let's dig in.
I want to see one.
So when you're on the site, and by the way, you can also search on these inside of Premiere, but I like it on the site because we give you a little bit more detail. As you hover over them, it will give you a preview of what it is that you're working with. So like this really cool lower third. Let's go ahead and click on this one, and this happens to be, oh, look at that. Created by Pablo Lozano.
I was going to
Very nice.
say, I recognize
Surprise.
that.
Surprise,
That's a
just happened to
surprise.
land on that one here. And again, as you'll see, if you take a look here, it'll tell you that it's a mogrt. By the way, that's what all of these files are. We call them mogrt, .mogrt for motion graphics template. It tells you the duration, the actual file size used in Premiere, and then it kind of just tells you a little bit about it. It's a liquid animation lower third, it's 1080p, custom color controls, easy to use, optimized for Premiere. So if you like it, all you really have to do is license it to one of your CC libraries. It's that simple. Now you also have the option here to just do a direct download. Now this is nice if like you're going to be, you're not necessarily going to be linked to anyone, or maybe you're going to do something offline and
Right.
you want the files. You want to archive all the graphics that Pablo's made for you, saving it to desktop, or if you're actually creating them in Premiere, which we'll do later, you can save it locally. You'll have that .mogrt file, and it's just like a hard file. So, you know, for archiving and stuff, it's really great to have those. Typically for me, generally because of the way I work, I save them to my CC libraries. The benefit there being, especially if you two are collaborating, when I launch Premiere, wherever I am, I log in, it's always there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So by saving it to your CC library, it's always with you. And if you've got a shared library, if you're collaborating, I save it to mine. Pablo, Sean, they go to their desk. We've got a shared library together. It pops up in theirs. So it's a brilliant, really fluid, easy way to collaborate and just get content rolling. So I'll click on license. And again, based on your internet speed, it will then quickly download. And you see that we've got a little license badge here. Bounce over to Premiere Pro, and let's go into my CC Libraries panel. So I'll go ahead and open this up. I'm currently in the graphics workspace. I'm gonna drag this over here. All right, and just like that, it didn't take but a second. If you look here, this is Jason's library where I just saved it to. By the way, as mentioned, here's how you can automatically search for those templates within Premiere Pro. And under the motion graphics template twirl down, there's our waves lower third created in After Effects. It's a motion graphics template and it's licensed. All right, real simple.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
So again, it just happens in the background. You get to your system, it's there. It's synchronized. How do we work with this? Click and drag. So let's drag it down into our video. And this is so brilliant. So now this is also an element that makes these templates so amazing, and in terms of collaboration, so valuable. Because Pablo created this with a font that I don't have, which is odd because I thought I had all Futura, because that's my favorite font. Damn me. I don't have this particular flavor of Futura. It's a typekit font. So all I have to say is, yep, go ahead and synchronize that flavor of Futura, and it happens. It syncs in the background, and we're good to go. So again, one of the benefits of creating these in the CC environment is if you leverage typekit fonts, anyone, regardless of whether they have your fonts installed or not, will be able to use your template. All right. So it's really useful, makes just the process of working with them super easy. Okay, oh, and I have this track turned off, which is why we're not seeing it. There we go. All right, and as I scrub through this, you can see that it will start to appear. Now, one of the features that we added in the latest update to Premiere Pro is that you actually have the After Effects render engine built into Premiere as well. So just like when you're creating these things natively in After Effects, you know, it's not a real-time application by default. You have to preview things, cache those frames to see it in real time. And just like in After Effects, as you scrub through them, it will cache those frames and become more and more real time as it caches the frames. So this makes, again, playback easier, smoother, really simple. And you can see just after a couple scrubs, it's starting to look very real and fluid. How do you edit these things? Click on your motion graphics template, go into your Essential Graphics tab up at the top here, and now you can see everything that Pablo has made editable to you. So first and foremost, title, your title line, your subtitle line. Changing your text color, the wipe color, drop shadow color, and then the color of the waves. Simple, easy, modifiable, and this happens right on screen. So
this is where I come in, because that's the part I can do, right?
Exactly. And you don't have to go back to After Effects.
Yeah,
That's the
exactly.
key. You don't want to mess with After Effects.
I don't know how to mess with After Effects.
That's what he's here for. You do it.
We
So,
actually,
you know.
we just barely did a collab, Pablo and I, and he made me some really cool overlays for one of my YouTube videos, and it was the same thing. All I had to do was go in, and I actually did want it different colors because I wanted it to match. I was doing like a gaming event, and I wanted it to match the colors of the gaming team.
company,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I was able to go in and kind of throw in some grays and some golds and whatnot, and I didn't have to do anything too technical where I was like, all right, consult the YouTubes, like, I was able to just like get it all done on the sidebar. So
it is really easy. Like it's the first time that I've been actually using like or created any mogrt.
Right.
And it's really easy to create, and like then to edit is
and it's impressive.
Really,
when I
really
posted the
good
video,
time.
everyone's like, dang, Shonduras
Yeah.
stepping up production. I was like, well, it's not really me, but yeah, I like pick the color on the side.
You get all the credit.
Exactly.
That's right. Yeah. So that's really it. That's as hard as it is to use these things, and we're going to be showing you again over the next couple of days how you create these and how you can really expand upon what can be done. Now you have the ability to make them natively in Premiere. Premiere obviously allows you to animate text, and you can add effects and blurs and colors and things. But naturally, when you author them in After Effects, this is where you can really, you can have moving waves.
Yeah,
you can
exactly.
have Cinema 4D elements. You can
Yeah, yeah.
have 3D elements. You can have lighting changes. And of course, based on how you set up the mogrt, you can determine for the editor what they're allowed to change.
Exactly.
So maybe you always want Sean to be
Yeah.
able to change text, title, color, and lighting direction, or maybe not.
But he locks everything that I could mess up. Like
Correct.
I tried, I was able to mess it up.
Don't touch more than you
Yeah.
need to.
So Miles is asking, what apps are we using, and can you make a new intro? Yes, so you're going to make a new intro, hopefully. Miles will be working. This is Premiere Pro. Pablo's going to be working in After
So
Effects.
for these ones, I basically used to design them Photoshop, and then for the motion graphics themselves, Flash for the waves, because they're like frame by frame animation, and then After Effects. That's all you need.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
Just
All
that, it's
self-contained.
really easy.
Huh?
If you're not
You
done
know?
already with the challenge,
The clock is counting down. Remember, now we've got at approximately 12:30 Pacific time, I think, is when we will review the intros. Take a chance, friends. Download the content there.
Yeah.
Give it a shot.
I just want to say that I just
Whoa,
noticed
yes.
Miles.
That is
Miles?
true.
Notice you?
Flash is not called Flash anymore. It's Adobe Animate.
Right. Adobe Animate CC,
Yeah.
that's right.
I like the catch.
Just picky.
Chat keeping it real.
Picky chat. Oh my God. Yeah.
Irene, old school. That's right.
Yeah.
What's up, Anita? Okay, so shall we switch over to you, Pablo? You want to get the
Yeah,
train
you
rolling
want?
and start
Yes,
building some stuff?
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, I can show you the basically all the process of how these templates were created. Can just gonna drive you around how they came to be. So first thing, I'll show you.
Go
so
up
I
to
did,
this file.
I did some sketches.
I'm going to direct you.
That's right.
Exactly.
Go up to this file up here.
Oh,
right there, that one.
There you go.
Click that.
So I think the first thing that I sent Shonduras.
Mr. Duras,
Mr.
while we're on
Duras.
live stream.
Mr. Duras, while
not
live stream. I was
this
going to ask you about that, though. My apologies.
Yes, those are so cool.
So I did some sketches first, just to establish a
Well,
direction.
let's give him some
you know?
background. You can keep
Yeah,
doing your thing.
exactly.
But so Pablo and I met. We wanted to do this really cool collaboration. I film YouTube videos every single day. They're called the best day ever. Every day we just do something cool, make it the best day ever. And I was like, man, can you make me some awesome intros or just transitions? Basically, whatever you want. Like I want to like spruce things up. Every single video, it starts out with, something funny happening and there's a freeze frame. So something happens, like it stops and it says best day ever number. I think we're on 787 or something like that.
Of them. Wow.
So yeah, he froze it right there. But then right when that was happening, instead normally I just have boring text. It's not boring text. It's good text. I'll be honest, it's good text. But and it just hits best day ever. But I want to do a collaboration where we made some sort of like motion graphics or just something to like make it a little bit more awesome. And so this was the very first step in the process.
So I sent like these couple of directions, like could be like this. These would be colorful and more like wavy and more playful. There was like classic like effects.
And are these digital sketches or like
this
pencil?
is like they're done in Photoshop.
Okay, they're done in Photoshop.
With the. I normally now I'm using like a
tablet
Wacom
thing?
tablet. Normally I use a Cintiq, like a small one, like
yeah.
the 13.
Oh, the 13. Okay, yeah.
Which it does actually make a difference. Like I thought, I've only had it like from a year and a half ago.
Okay.
And I've always thought like, I have so many skills that I need to up before getting one of these.
Right.
You know, like the tool is not gonna make
Sure.
a difference.
Right.
Like it does actually make a difference.
That's
like,
cool.
like how like the perfection of the line compared to this one, like it does make a difference.
It's significant,
you know?
right? Yeah.
You will see when I'm trying to do something.
Pro tips over here.
Yeah.
That's right.
And so I sent several of them. So more or less like depending of what was going to be the content for him. And then I think the next, so I did quite a lot of color text.
Pull those
for
up.
Some
let's,
of them,
let's show them. Yeah.
you know, you can see, you can actually,
Oh, wow.
See, aren't those cool?
yeah,
And then I saw these and I was like,
it's in the
dang.
middle. Sean is in there, they're
This
in
is
the
gonna be
middle,
awesome.
you know. And so yeah, it was like some style frames for this route. That is the one that they chose.
These are so cool.
Then what else do we have in here? I
So
think,
we
like,
chose that design, but then I was like, am I going to be able to, you know, change colors? Like I asked him if he could change the colors for me. He's like, no, you got it. It's easy.
Yeah.
You
Right.
can just
yeah,
make
it's
the
gonna
changes
have
yourself.
controllers and all that. So these are the final, style frames for this. After that, basically moved into Flash, Animate these days. You can see, for example, for the background, not for the transition. Let's open the. I did an animatic in After Effects before,
Yeah.
you know, just to check to log the timing,
Right.
you know, which I can show you. I think I have them all in here.
You were cruising, man.
Hmm?
You're a pro at this
Just
stuff.
not go too fast. It's 2 hours of this.
Yeah, slow it
Yeah,
down,
slow
man.
it down.
You're too efficient.
Let me find that specific file.
By the way, Miles is asking you if you're going to actually use the new intro in your video.
I did just barely yesterday. The Miles video yesterday had the new transitions in them. They're awesome. And I think I'm going to continue to use them because, you know, yesterday I made them all gold and silver to match like the gaming stuff we were doing, the event we were at. But now I can go in and change the colors and have it just match whatever's going on, you know? Valentine's Day, get a little pink in there.
That's right.
Easy.
Easy.
Make it look good. We look good. Look at this. We're all wearing black shirts. Have you ever
we
seen
did-
so much good hair
We
on
did
one live
coordinate
stream before?
Very well today. I have
We're
to
doing
say.
very good at style
I
points.
just feel like
right
I
now.
should be in the middle, though.
You should. You're like the centerpiece
I
that
did
brings
go
it together.
Long.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I can show you here. This is the rough.
You're deep right now.
Yeah.
This is
So-
beyond my comprehension. Good thing I'm watching this live stream.
So in here, you can see in the timeline, I just put like some sketches
right,
there. Yeah, just placeholders.
And that's for timing.
Yeah, and then like the circles around,
Right.
just as a guide, then to follow.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
in
that's
Flash.
actually a good sort of workflow question. I know we've seen it here before, and someone I think just asked it was like, yeah, do you typically you'll do the animatic for timing, use just
Yeah.
imagery, and then do you work off of this comp and kind of replace layers as you animate
normally
in?
it's like going back and forth
Yeah.
between the both of them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be like that. Like for example, now I would export this as I did, and
Right.
then like go into animate. For example, for the transition, we can open it here.
Have you guys won the contest yet? Are you guys doing the challenge? Do it. Good luck. We're giving away pillows and stuff. There's other stuff other than pillows too. I looked at it over there. There's different types of pillows. What's the red bag? There's a red bag of some sorts too. Do the challenge. It'll be worth it.
So yeah, here you can see the ref. I just lowered the opacity.
Right.
Yeah, and then on top of that, I just started drawing.
Okay.
Yeah, like you can see the frames in here.
Yep.
And then after that, basically, it's going shape by shape.
This is so cool.
Doing, putting color in it, which at the end, it will look like...
So I do stuff like this all the time on Snapchat, but it doesn't move and look cool. A little bit of a difference.
A lot of layers here. Yeah, so at the end, it will look like that before going into...
exploding into awesomeness.
And then I basically exported, like you can see here, all the layers, like each of the colors, it's a different layer.
Right.
So we can then adjust the colors in in After Effects. So basically it was like all of these exported individually. So we can import them into After Effects, and I'll move back into the main project, which is this one.
Very organized, right? Really good. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow.
Yeah, so here you have basically, I can isolate one of them, for example.
Joseph, good job doing the challenge. I'm reading the chat. I have a laptop, so I read the chat.
So yeah, you have the different layers in here. For example, this one would be just one of them, and so on and so on. Basically, and what I did, because I wasn't sure if the mogrt can contain external files, you know, like Flash or Animate files and that. There is a nice tool in After Effects that, like, if you import, let's say, I can do it now. If you have here, for example, this one, right? Let's say.
People are pretty impressed that you're using this thing as a mouse.
Yeah. Your navigation.
Seriously.
Yeah.
You have a pen, basically, and you're navigating a laptop like a pro. That's crazy.
So, for example, this one, you see here that, like, you have so this is like vector file from Animate. Yep. What you can do is layer, auto trace, apply to a new layer, work area with it will take the alpha, so it will basically, this is
cut out
alpha, cut out. So you just hit OK, and it will auto trace it with masks.
Yep.
So it will be native of After Effects.
Right.
You know, like, and how big the file is, it was like ridiculously small.
Yeah,
you know,
it's very tiny. Yeah. And coming from a Swift too, it'll be naturally kind of small. So yeah, that's a fantastic workflow.
So finally, you have just it will create each of the keyframes based on the shape, and then you just need to apply like fill effect or something, and that's basically it. Nice. You know. Yeah.
Miles can't wait for this to happen in my vlogs. I know, man. It happened yesterday already. More of it. We're gonna keep exploring around. So when sometime before the live stream's over, I want to go back to that page where you said you could look through like social media or different categories, and I just want to like explore all the different options.
Absolutely.
Still,
we will revisit the Adobe stock.
We'll do some exploration over there. Right. Show you guys what's up.
That's right.
So yeah, and then after that, basically. And here I converted all that to just shape layers.
Those are shape
here
layers, right?
And masks. Yeah. Basically solids. I think it's just a solid with masks that it creates. And then I added a couple of extra like objects flying by. So yeah, that's basically the transition. Then I can show you now how to export it into a mogrt if you want.
Yeah, right? And then absolutely.
because it's quite simple.
And by the way, just a question here for you. I mean, so I'm looking, I don't see it.
Yeah.
So this is all just like, you're just using gradients and sort of visual trickery. This is no Cinema 4D render engine.
No.
This is just straight
No,
two-dimensional,
like
right?
for example, if just let's say for this shape in here, what is it? This specific frame, right? For the little gradient kind of thing. It's just basically if you go to layers, layer styles, and you put inner shadow, it will go in here. Layer styles, inner shadow, and then from here, you choose the color, which in this case all of them look. They have a little expression that like looks back to a controller.
Right.
That
so
is
that
the
you
one
can
we
change all
will
of
use
those very
for
easily.
the
Yep.
Amazing.
to use. And then you choose, in here like the direction of the shadow and everything, and then the noise, which is the one that makes from these to how
it just makes it alive, kind of, So Irene was asking if you're from Spain.
I am.
That's right.
I am.
Really?
I
What
am
part?
indeed,
I love Spain.
Madrid. Yes.
Madrid. Wow. I traveled all over. I spent a summer in Spain just skateboarding and filming, and I went to Cáceres, Sevilla. I lived in
Unexpected place, Cáceres.
Yeah, Cáceres, ¿verdad? I was there for 2 months just in Cáceres.
Cool. Wow.
I went all over the place. Granada. I'm pretty sure I saw the bones of Christopher Columbus. Like, I for sure saw the bones of Christopher Columbus, because every city I went to, Christopher Columbus left from Spain, and they say, we have the bones of Christopher Columbus in this chapel. And then I see the chapel, I'm like, oh, there's his bones. And then I go to another chapel in another city, and they're like, we have the very bones.
A part of a finger, another part of a finger.
So through all of those chapels, I confirmed have seen the bones of Christopher Columbus at some point.
Nice.
I also saw a comment from Cherry Vaughn that asked if I was going to be using this for Adley's channel. It's another YouTube channel I have. That is the cool thing about this, is that's a completely separate editor. Like, I do a lot of the work on the Best Day Ever channel. I also have an editor who helps me with a lot of that work as I'm traveling and whatnot. And then my daughter has her own YouTube channel with its own different editor, and they're all at different skill levels and different everything. And this is something that he can download and be able to write in there, be able to change the color, change anything that he wants, download different styles, find more like girly, fun mogerts for Adley's YouTube channel versus mine. I want him to look more professional and clean, or, I mean, that does look professional and clean, but just like fun, you know? So that is the thing. You can use them for multiple channels. It's super easy to just like find the style that fits you, change the colors, like do whatever small changes you want, and pretty much anyone can use them, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's really.
I'm not super advanced, and I was able to figure it out.
And
So you guys are
even
set.
on the other side, like from the motion graphics part, it's really easy to create. So you can create content that can be used by you or the other content creators, and it's super easy to set up.
So if you're passionate about this stuff, you should be hustling, man. You should be making these, putting them up so people can download them. Like, this is an entire like side hustle for you guys, and it could turn into the main hustle if you're good at it.
Absolutely.
That's
Dennis
really
Radicke
cool.
chiming in. Love to see Pablo's contributions. That's right. They are awesome, Dennis. Dennis also works for us, by the way. Thank you, Adobe employee, for commenting on.
Do you plan on including animated cereal in your vlog? Honey Boy, of course I do. I'm gonna get some Honey Nut Cheerios animated in the next vlog just for you. Honey everywhere.
Daniel Newman, you keep hearing a word that sounds like yogurt, but you don't know what it means. Yes, the word, or it's not really an acronym, it's kind of an acronym, is mogrt, which stands for Motion Graphics Template, and it's the file format that actually we're building to be used as templates inside of Premiere. So it's .mogrt, and it does rhyme with yogurt. That's right.
it does.
All right, so what do you think? You want to build something from?
Let's dig in. I did see a comment earlier that said they want to dig into like the how, the why, the like. So I would love to learn too. So this personally is not my skill set, but I'm going to learn right now, and I'm going to win the challenge. And I'm taking that pillow home. So teach me.
Yeah, I can show quickly how, like from here, just to set up the mogrt itself, and then we can just create one from scratch, basically. So from here, it's as easier. Well, everything looks back to, as I said, to this controller, which has all the colors. Like for example, in here, if I would change it to purple, you know, everything those will change to purple. But from here, if you go to Window and then the Essential Graphics panel, you know, it's already down here. I'm gonna just delete them.
Oh snap!
Yes, because the first step of bringing those properties in is actually a crucial part of building the mogrt in After Effects.
So yeah, you will find the essential graphics panel to be like empty, and it will tell you like which one is the comp you wanna use in this case. So let's use the transition one, and then in here it says solo supported properties. You can click there, and it will open all the properties that can be added to the panel, right? So for example, the colors, which is the ones that we want for this specific one, you can just drag them in, like all of them.
Got it.
There, for example, well, it would be the same for all of them.
We do have a problem. The chat's getting hungry with all this talk of cereal and yogurts.
It's almost breakfast in here. Second breakfast, I guess. Yeah.
Second breakfast. 11sies.
Yeah.
Right. It's actually 11sies. Oh, yes, that's right. I see it. Marco's like, LLTR.
This place is popping. This is like the ultimate live stream setup.
All kinds of weird references throughout the day. That should be our challenge.
And you guys can't see this, but there's just a random shelf with flamingos and space helmets and pretty much everything you can think of is. Can I put a space helmet on really quick just so I can say I did it on live stream? Get ready
Absolutely.
to screenshot the
right.
screen here
That's right.
because I'm coming in hot with the space helmet.
And then you just click the export motion graphics template. Yeah, you need to save first. And it says you can either go to the essential graphics panel, which is like it will.
So that's native to the install of the application. And then local drive is what we were talking about before.
Yeah, it's what I did.
If you wanted to give that to Sean, you're like, okay, I'm just going to save a file for you, pass it off.
Yeah.
Or my library is your personal CC library, which is always tied to the cloud, so it's always with you wherever you go.
Yeah. So I did like local drive, and you just browse wherever you want to take it, and then okay, and it will create the file, and then that file you just import it into Premiere, and that's it. So it's pretty easy actually.
Yeah, someone just asked that about how do you import them. So so from within Premiere inside Essential Graphics, there's an import button, and you just import the .mogrt file. And if it's saved to your CC library, it just appears in CC libraries under the motion graphics template twirl down.
Yeah.
All right. Chase Kinney, what's up? 11Zs. Yes, indeed.
Well, would now be a good time for me to put on this helmet?
Uh-huh.
Get your screenshot fingers ready.
Ground
Gonna look
control to
fire.
Major Sean.
Oh, dang. Welcome to another live stream with Shonduras and Pablo.
That's right. So good.
This is a really cool studio. Point in case. We're just going to gently keep this in the live stream memory.
I think we've got some wrestling masks somewhere hidden around here too.
Oh my
Some
gosh, what don't you
like
have here?
WWE style, like hardcore, you know.
Wow.
Some, yeah.
So
You do a live stream of the live stream.
From here, I think. Do you guys want to see like one transition, for example, made from scratch?
Yeah, let's do it from scratch, man. Show the whole process.
Dig into it.
What I think is really cool, also just by showing this in After Effects too, is one, After Effects now, it's easier than it ever was to build stuff in here, and I think there's still a lot of intimidation sometimes with people. It's kind of scary. I mean, you open it up, not unlike opening up Photoshop for the first time. Now it's a lot better, right? You have that sort of welcome screen. There's all sorts of resources, but this can be a little intimidating, kind of just seeing all this stuff here. But actually, if you use Photoshop, which probably everybody in the chat does to some degree, if you just understand layers and any kind of basic, like color picker and a lot of those things, and selections and masking.
It will translate over.
It translates over to After Effects. Like, you already know the fundamentals of After Effects if you know 50% of your daily operations in Photoshop. Yeah, and After Effects works natively with Photoshop files, so there's always that very
I was actually really
beautiful
surprised
marriage.
as he's been doing this stuff. Like, I wouldn't personally know how to navigate that, but as he's doing it, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. That's probably what I would have done after 8 minutes of thinking about it.
Right.
All right, let's start at ground zero here. Just
And what's up, Honey
give
Boy?
us some cereal. That's an amazing name, Honey Boy. Just makes me hungry.
I know.
SSG hype, thank you, man.
We're all
Get the hype
hungry.
in the chat.
I'm hungry. We're hungry.
So I have this one prepared. It's just a sketch so far. So for example, we can start like like a diagonal transition, it will leave with the same
Like
kind of
blasting off like a rocket.
Yeah, it will be
Got
kind
it.
of the same colors and the same wavy vibes as the other ones.
Okay.
So as it enters and as we transition, all the kind of like waves fill this screen, and then it will lead to the next image, right? So yeah, from here we can basically start designing something. I
Yes.
guess.
Let's start.
Let's go.
Dig
do
into
Go
it.
for it. You can talk meanwhile. It's gonna be me designing for.
Oh, we can
for a
talk about
while.
it. We can talk about like what kind of products do you use in your beard. That's a very nice beard.
It grows like that, you know.
Right.
Inherently amazing. Yeah.
We've got some solid style and hairstyles
For
up here
some,
right
for
now.
some it grows on
Yes.
here. For some it grows here. Yeah.
I want to know the secret about my hair. If there's any Shonduras fans in the chat, here's some knowledge for you, some behind the scenes. I was using like all these cool fancy shampoos for the longest time, and I still like had dandruff all the time from always wearing hats and stuff. And so I was like, I need to get better shampoo. And then my dermatologist was like, use bar soap. So I use bar soap to wash my hair.
Bar soap?
Yeah.
Really?
Interesting. So there it is. If you want cool Shonduras hair, just use bar soap and your hair will grow into this.
I would not have expected that.
Chase Leopard, what's up, man? Well, good to see you in the chat. So you probably already knew that. He's a Shonduras diehard. We've been best friends for like 2 years.
Oh, Anna, don't feel stressed. No stress at all. In fact, this is actually a perfect opportunity just to experiment and have some fun. We really want to see what everyone's creating, and honestly, this is why we're here. So, no pressure.
It's just for fun.
Just have a good time. Yeah. That's right. Oh, that's Honey Boy's like, that's right. Sponsored by Pantene. I do in fact use Pantene.
You do?
I do. I use
Dang,
Pantene.
hashtag ad over here. I
That's
like
right,
it.
yeah. Momentarily red kitten for a while, back to Pantene because it's just, it just does the job.
Yeah, I use Dial bar soap, so
Dial
just
bar
really
soap.
dialed in. Crap, I wasn't paying attention. Okay, walk me through this. What'd you do?
I'm just basically. So this is
Oh,
a
you're drawing it
pretty
out.
rough
Gotcha.
sketch.
Just make it
so I'm
quick.
just gonna make something fast that we can clean up and then move into animation.
While he's doing that, are we able to double screen and go look through some of those options? How does that work?
You talking about some of the other stock templates?
Yeah, well, I saw you were able to search around. I kind of want to see what the
sure.
possibilities are, kind of get the
Let's-
juices flowing.
let's
Because
do that.
realistically, I want to start using these a lot more in the videos, guys.
Yeah.
It'd be cool. I got really good feedback, by the way, from the first video I used it in.
Oh, nice.
Yes. I'll pull up the feedback right now. Let you know
Oh,
what
sweet.
people are
Okay.
saying.
And while you're doing that, if you want to switch over to me real quickly.
Look at this multitasking.
Yeah, so much switching and transitioning happening. So as mentioned, so this is just, we're looking right now at like everything. And so we could go to a subcategory. So if you wanted to just see.
Ooh, that 3D text.
Yeah. Oh, here.
That's
We'll go back.
awesome.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. Because we have the Cinema 4D render engine built into After Effects, now you can do all this really amazing stuff with 3D text. Things that were just.
Ooh, that honeycomb. Honey Boy. Do we
Oh.
still have Honey Boy in the chat? Because
Honey Boy
I
is
feel
a-
like that's something he would really appreciate.
This one's super cool.
Nice honeycomb.
Yeah.
It
Cascading.
reminds him of his
hexagons
roots when he was a young boy, just in the comb.
the
We're going too
comb.
deep. All right, reel it in.
But this just kind of gives you an idea, like, just the variety of things that you have in here. I mean, some, like this one, this happens to be this one here. This is one of my faves. So this was made by Video Copilot, also known as Andrew Kramer.
Okay.
Also known as one of the many who created some of the visual effects for a small film, Star Wars.
Oh,
You
dang.
might know. So Andrew
That's
Kramer,
really
he's
nice.
amazing. And like, this is a free one too. And
That's
you've got,
free?
Yeah.
That was my next question is like,
Yeah.
how much does something that amazing cost? Parenthesis,
And
free
some
parenthesis.
are
Hashtag ad, get it.
Yeah, there's so much. I mean, and really, this is where leveraging After Effects, it's all just about your imagination because you can have anything in there. It can have.
So can you do
video.
some searches for these like let's see, like can you look up video games and see if there's anything that's like video game related?
You know,
How does that work?
That's a great.
I don't
that's a
know how
great
detailed they get there,
question.
how much, the meta tags and whatnot, how deep they go.
Let's see what happens. Okay, we're not finding it under that. Let's just try like video game. Not finding any of that. Let's see.
I kind of gave a very specific thing.
Wow, that stinks. Okay, maybe, however, let's go to something like text title overlays. Oh, hold on, wait. Sorry. And let's go to all here. Okay, now that is
Ooh,
not all of
80s
them.
art. See, that's where we were missing the boat. You gotta
That's
check
pretty-
your.
That's pretty sweet. Check that out.
That's really cool. See, that could just flash up and be like, "Yo, best day ever," right there.
And this is kind of showing you, so at the bottom here, like it's obviously there are several variations, like several different color variations, several different text changes, like
You can have different
graphical
stuff
changes, right?
around
Different
it.
stuff flying in it. Like this one has, what are those? They look like X-wing fighters or something like that. These are scents.
Frogger. I
Yeah,
think we went
this is
from
kind of
centipede
froggery,
to
yeah.
Frogger.
Yeah. So they all have different editable elements.
Do you go back? I wanted to see the other one. That looked like the football one.
Yeah, that's cool too. That looks
That
like
reminds
that
me
old
of the
school,
old,
right?
yeah, exactly,
Little
like Tecmo
handheld.
Bowl or whatever.
Yeah. Now I will say this because we are live and there's just no getting around it. The subcategory search, there are way more than 3 titles and text overlays. So I don't know why it's pulling up sort of only a few there. Let's just go back into the all here and I'll just start scrolling through these.
Okay.
See if we can find something. And it's, you know what? It's like caching, strangely. It's getting stuck. I don't even have, oh, it's got still a game in there. Okay. Show me everything. There we go. It's like, I mean, some of these just get
This is so cool.
crazy advanced.
So basically, I can look like a baller with a budget when when I'm editing, right? It looks like I have all these cool special effects.
And speaking of budget, that's a great comment there because so the standard price for the premium ones,
Right.
it's $20.
Gotcha.
Now, that's not insignificant, but again, this is a template that you're going to use
Over and over.
over and over,
Yeah.
Yeah.
customize it.
I mean, if
you
you're
know.
booting up a YouTube channel or revamping your YouTube channel, like there's your intro that you use for
Totally.
every single video, or your outro, or like a special segment. Oh my gosh, I like
Mm-hmm.
that. Wow. Sold. Link me this.
so cool, right? And look
This
at
is
how many
way
variations
cool.
this one has, right? So 3 different styles.
So you would get all 3 of those.
Yeah, you get all 3. And as
That's awesome.
as Paulo was just talking about, so one of the techniques that you can leverage with expressions. So in the case of something like this, like there are obviously different static background images. So you can use an expression tied to a slider that basically will move you through the different background images. So all of that's contained in the template. Like you don't have to swap it out manually. It's all built into there.
Yeah, you could even decide like if you want like those triangles that they're showing, like if
Exactly.
they want to be like triangles,
Or
squares,
squares or
whatever.
ellipses or
The
whatever. Yep.
retro one is amazing. The chat digs the retro one.
Oh yeah, I mean, and again, every week we're adding more of these. I mean, some of these are just. I mean, I know I've been using After Effects 15 years. It would take me 15 years to make that, and it wouldn't even look that good because that's not my thing either. Like I'd
Yeah.
be going, I don't know, color.
But that could be like the whole, like you could use that so many different times every time you like
So
switch to something.
Right. Or just use pieces of it, like as a transition between cuts or something. Like you can also, someone asked earlier today, you can also use multiple templates together. So you can have.
Oh, so you can overlay different
Totally.
templates. So I could
Absolutely.
have like that little lower 1/3 right there introducing something, then
and a
have.
background and something else. They could. It's just video layers at that point.
Rumor
Yeah.
has it the more templates you use, the more views you get. So it's a very good strategy. I
You heard
usually
that.
use 13 to 15 layers.
Nice.
Templates.
All right, you heard it here.
Just kind of times your views by 15 at that point.
These are the tips that the viewers want to know. You know.
These are the deep tips you guys been looking for.
So yeah, this is again. We're just kind of scrolling through here, but oh, this is another cool one. I love some of these like
Ooh, the comic. Hit the
Yeah.
comic.
comic book halftone text.
So you imagine best day ever right there. Sold again. Does that one cost money? Is it pretty standard for it to be about 20?
Yeah, I think that is the
This is
price.
the going rate.
They're $19.99.
Unless you catch a nice guy who's willing to do it for you for a collab.
And you know you'll be shocked. There's great free stuff.
Well, that's one thing I like about this whole community. There's so many people that just want to create and share and get it
Right.
out there. It's like
Right.
someone wants to do a collaboration. I'm always down, whether it's on
Absolutely.
Snapchat or YouTube or anywhere. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's another thing to be noted. I don't have my laptop here, but one of the things I was going to run you guys through is how to kind of take this stuff and then verticalize it, because while right now we're working in just normal dimensions, a lot of these cool transitions, mogurts, whatever we're doing can be put into Instagram swipe ups or Snapchat swipe ups or just vertical content in general. You can take this stuff and put it in and just kind of figure out how to use it vertically, and that's a lot of what I do as well. So you can get creative with this stuff. It's not just a one template does. Well, it is a one template does everything, but it's not a one template only has one use.
Right. Yeah, so even some of these, like, these are very sort of network, newsy kind of broadcasts. I mean, you know, and maybe if it's a particular style, but these are, by the way, these are all free. So we're looking now at just free ones. So, you know, this is the kind of stuff where you see this stuff a lot. It looks like, you know, kind of typical things you'd see on broadcast TV. Pre-done, built, ready to go. And you can download as many as you want. Like, you know, there's no limitation here. I love this one. This is one of the first free ones that we had. This one has some
that's cool.
crazy amount of editability. In fact, here, wait, while we've got that on, let me see. I think I should still have it in my
I love the
library.
space theme around here. I'm way into it.
Oh yeah.
Everything's space.
I got all this space stuff going on. Hold on, I've got 34 more. So again, I just have tons and tons of these things. Now, forgive me for a second because it's made
Nick Russo in the chat said, is that a Rocket League template? I thought the exact same thing, man. I just didn't say it because I didn't want to look like a nerd. I'm glad you called it out. That score template you had earlier looked just like a Rocket League title screen.
Oh, yeah,
it really
yeah.
did. Catching up on Pablo over here. He's filling in. We're getting one done. If you guys are just barely joining the live stream, I'm Shonduras. This is Pablo. We are creators. Pablo's a wizard at all this After Effects stuff, and we recently did a collaboration where he made some of these mogurts. My name is Shonduras. I do YouTube, and I was able to put some of them in my YouTube videos, which I was going to read the comments for you. People loved them. This was my very first time using them in videos, which my videos are very fun and fast-paced, but I've never put anything that was like special like this in before, so my audience dug it. Let me pull up the comments. I was actually surprised how down they were. Okay.
Chris Georginas. Hey, what's up, Chris Georginas? Space themes equal bonus views. Totally. Nice.
That intro was spicy. You hear that? Spicy. He did my intro, so all my videos start with the best day ever. He did that best day ever intro, and it was spicy. Amazing high fives. I'm wondering how to do these. These are amazing. Well, hopefully they're watching the live stream right now.
They're gonna see it. Nice, Axel. Hey Chase, by the way, say hi to Brittany and tell her, yes, day and night. Pump in this morning at 4:30. All right. That's my
I
trainer.
love the graphics.
All right. Ah, thank you, Chris.
Haven't watched the whole video yet, but had to like and leave a comment because of those opening graphics. You just got me a like and a comment.
Yeah.
Hashtag collab. That's why you collab right there. Dang.
Good. All right. So once again, just to remind everyone, we've got a contest going on here. There's content that you can download. Make a new little title intro for Adobe Live. You can find the information about how to join the contest at behance.net/live under the
Best Day
challenge
Ever
tab on the
animation.
right-hand
The
side.
new intro is best day ever quality.
Yeah.
People are digging your stuff, man.
Oh, and Cherry Vaughn was just asking, Pablo, so you did some work with Disney?
Yeah. And I
Wow.
used to. So what I used to work, I can explain a bit. So once I went to Sweden to study at a school called Hyper Island.
Right, yeah.
And after that, I moved to London to work for a company called Golden Wolf. And I stayed there for 3 years. And during my time there, we worked with Disney quite a lot. It was cool. Yeah,
It's good
That's fun.
experience.
Yeah, like we did stuff like for Powerpuff Girls, like
nice.
they did the new intro for that, or like several like rebranding. Remember one for like the Polish Disney Channel and
wow.
that kind of stuff.
Cool.
So yeah, it's cool projects. Yeah. Someone say hi from Spain, Pablo. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's my uni.
URGC?
That's my that's
nice.
the university I went in Spain. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Chase Leopard prefers granola in his mogurt.
Can we find a granola mogurt for this boy?
That's right. We might even have some granola mogurts in here. All right, so we're still doing some coloring and stuff in here.
definitely.
Takes time.
Photoshop.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Yeah.
Do have to say, like, I'm quite a traditional guy in the way that, like,
That's
it's
okay.
basically me drawing and doing stuff by hand in After Effects. I don't use that many. Like like expressions for this. In this
Right.
case, they're needed, but I don't use that many plugins or
Gotcha.
other, like,
That's kind of cool.
Third party
I
Nice.
can dig that.
things, you know.
Now, because you said that, fantastic transitions here today, you can use third-party plugins in motion graphics templates. So, like, say there was some cool, like, particle effect or light ray. There's tons of these out there for After Effects, right?
So you can put those into these.
Into the mogrt.
Wow. And they all play nicely.
Caveat, though,
Okay.
you, because Pablo's giving them to you to use,
Yeah.
you would have to have those plugins installed.
Oh,
So that's the
that
only
makes sense.
Makes
That
sense,
makes
right?
sense.
So obviously we can't, there's no way to package up the plugin because that's a licensing thing. So as long as you have the plugin that he used,
Yeah.
you'll be able to. It'll display exactly as it was created. So, which is also again just kind of a nice flexible way to work with these. Makes it really easy.
Spicy.
All right. So Roland is asking, how come you haven't been drawing this in After Effects?
I don't know, really. I mean, I like to add more textures for the style frames and that. I think the possibilities of Photoshop are way, like, they're bigger. You know, Photoshop gives you way more possibilities in terms of, like, the brushes you can use and all that. Like, one of the amazing add-ons that the new Photoshop got, I think, for the 2018 version is all the
all of Kyle's
Webster
brushes. Oh, yeah, yeah.
which are amazing.
Kyle
Like,
Webster
you can-
brushes, yeah.
Like, now you can just load like so many brushes.
And,
in
Kyle,
here,
we're so
you know?
fortunate. Kyle works here
Yeah.
now.
Oh, yeah?
Kyle is here
Nice.
now, so
Yeah, that's cool.
he's in this
Yeah.
office, I think, this week.
Yeah, so you can just download his mega pack here and just have so many of them that just for that purpose, I just prefer
It makes sense.
Photoshop.
And Roland, that's a great question because that is actually one of the cool things is that yes, you could have done it. You could have done it on the After Effects side. It really just depends. And
Yeah.
as you were saying, a little more
just the
traditional.
workflow, yeah.
Your workflow, you like to kind of
Definitely.
draw it here. That's also the benefit of working with Photoshop files with After Effects is that it's native. So nothing ever has to be flattened. Nothing ever has to be converted or you're concerned about maximizing compatibility. It's a native for After Effects sees PSD. As Premiere sees video, full stop.
We take
Really
a
nice.
picture of Shonduras to put in there.
Yes, please.
Let's just,
Find a fancy picture of me.
oh, I don't have
Great
internet.
comment too, Roland. That's great on the plugins. Yeah. All right.
Can Shonduras animate well? No, I'm learning right now with you guys. If I was trying to do that challenge right now, I would not be hanging in very good. But that's okay. To be honest, I think it's cool to have the two different sides of the story rather than have two animators who know what they're doing here walking you through it. I think you just need one professional, and then I think it's also cool to see my point of view where it's like I am a creator. I love being creative and doing my own projects and everything like that, but I don't have this skill set, and I would love to learn this skill set as I'm learning right now, but I just haven't had time to be able to do it. And to be able to have access to these kind of mogurts and be able to use them in my content and be able to say like, okay, I want to do a transition where every Friday I have this like cool section where I skateboard and like be able to grab a mogurt that is the transition into that like Friday skate that I do every time. And the people earlier, I have multiple YouTube channels. People earlier were asking about my daughter's YouTube channel, like, would you ever use these on that? And it's like, yeah, definitely. And I would like to learn this, but if I don't have the time or the assets, I can just download some that I do enjoy and be able to put it in and elevate your content.
Funny you should mention like children because we actually have a whole series of mogurts that are specific
really?
to that are like
Let's look them up.
children.
Let's find Adley a mogurt
Let's
right
stay
here.
on Pablo for a sec. I will find them and then we'll put them because
gotcha.
And it's so funny you're mentioning that because I was doing a show somewhere and someone said like, why do you have all these weird like kid themed mogurts? I'm an editor, bro. I thought, well, maybe you work on a children's show.
Yeah,
Maybe you work on a
exactly.
children's YouTube channel.
Or-
and you want
Honestly, you're
or-
just making family home videos,
Family
like
home-
memories
right.
or whatever. It's like
exactly.
daughter's tap dance class. You gotta have a tap dance mogurt go
Right.
in there.
There's no,
Maybe you're a beekeeper. You need some honey mogurts.
That's right.
Honey Boy, you still in the chat? Can we see if Honey Boy's still? That's my favorite name of all time. Wait, I'd love a year of CC. Honey Boy's still in the chat, and he'd like a year of CC.
Okay.
We'll make it happen.
We will try. We will try.
We'll make it. You have my word,
We will try, says the employee. We will try.
says the employee. The non-employee says it's happening. Check your email
Done.
right now.
Right, yeah.
It's already done.
All right, hold on. I'm still searching through here. Hey, Dennis Radicke, if you're still in the chat, if I want to find some of those kids show Mogrts, do you remember offhand? Were they backgrounds, titles? I can't remember where all of those were. I've got a bunch of them. I will find them for you.
What are you doing right now?
So I'm basically gonna put some texture on these guys. So I did a clipping mask.
Right.
So you just create a new layer on top of the shape you wanna draw on, and then go here, go to the create clipping mask, and then whatever you draw on this one, it will only
Show up on the...
will only show up on this.
This is so cool. It's just like basic Photoshop knowledge at that point. Maybe I can learn how to do this.
Maybe you can.
Right.
I'm getting all motivated now.
It's all within your reach.
Right? And this is something I could do like on a flight, or like you don't need Wi-Fi necessarily to do this, right?
And then you can just like, if you put the brush in dissolve mode,
Right.
you get all this like noisy texture kind of vibe. So let's just add some of that there.
That looks really cool.
Let's do the same for the other ones.
Deal. Can I do it? Can I do it?
Yeah, try.
Teamwork. I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh, shoot. Let's erase that control. Yeah.
Huh?
All right.
Try
So
again.
when I push the... No?
So this basically...
Oh, I hover, and that's how I move around. I've never
Yes.
used one of these before. And then right here... Okay, let's pretend that looks good. And that, just a little bit of noise there. Oh, a little bit more noise. It's a little too much noise, but hey, I'm a noisy guy.
Yeah. Nice.
Just a couple, nothing,
Cool.
a little controls that you can't
Yeah,
help.
exactly. Let's just erase that. Nah, it's fine. It was good. Just took out the...
I can't believe
The
how
layer.
well you use this. I was lost as dragging things around.
Yeah,
How many
it's just-
hours
it's
do you
just
have
to
logged
get
on at
It's just to
tablet?
getting used to it, you know, like that's the thing. Like at the beginning, it takes time to know, like, oh,
Yeah.
this is like this is this corner, and then basically that's the other corner. You know?
Gotcha.
Yeah, but over time, here we can just.
I want to get a bye from Shonduras. Miles, goodbye. Thanks for hanging out, man. This was good. We'll be back
Thanks,
tomorrow.
Miles. Yep.
Come hang again tomorrow, everyone.
Hopefully with
Maybe
laptop.
my laptop will be here and I'll get to dig into some stuff.
Yeah.
Or if not, I'll just keep making jokes on the side. To be determined. Come back and find out. Cliffhanger. Will I actually do something cool tomorrow?
I'm still looking for you, by the way. There are so many.
Oh, the children's
I'm
stuff?
still looking for them.
I'm
Because
way
they are
down.
they're I mean and I'm showing you from the side. Like there's a bunch here which are, you know.
That's way cute. Switch
Yeah.
to a screen right now. Can we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at this. That would be perfect for my daughter's channel. A for Adley. That's what
And
it's
look at how
called.
has
It
cool,
just
like-
drops in.
Look at how it has like the cool light transition too.
Yeah.
Like,
Boom.
yeah. And what's really
Dude, I
neat.
start the video with that and it looks like it's actually well done.
Yeah,
you know?
well, and like look at the motion. It obviously has, you know, it's
Yeah.
obviously edited. It's got some like 3D. It's got some nice easing, so the text is sort
Yeah.
of floating naturally. It's not linear. I mean, this is really simple, but it just
Make
kind
you
of
look
works.
like a pro immediately.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, some of these they're just fun. Busy but fun.
Boom.
You know? Oh, they're Digital Juice. Yeah, these are great. They make some really great ones too. Lots of fun ones here.
Oh, that was cool. Liquid text. Wow, that probably took a lot of time.
Or, you know, and you'll find when you start building these on the After Effects side, you know, sometimes because you can use expressions, a lot of the hard work is actually
Yeah.
a single expression that does, you know,
That's
and
true.
that's part of it, right? So someone's watching your video going, damn, I spent a lot of
Put a
time on
lot
that
of time
intro.
into this, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's just an expression.
Oh, we just add another layer here.
Just add some of the of these guys that we had in the, just to give a bit of coherency in here. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna add some of
Some
these
bubbles.
bubbles over there.
Oh, here was one of them. This was another one.
Kids show. Daycare.
I mean, again, maybe not, you know, exactly what you're looking for, but it's, I don't know, they're fun, you know?
Those are fun.
They're fun.
I'm a fan of the drop down text that we saw earlier,
I
but
agree.
you know,
this
bowling, cookie, Play-Doh, this is good. Guitar.
And you can see this one. So this one has all different types of animated toys: car, truck,
Horsey.
teddy bear, guitar, star, puzzle, gingerbread man, horse,
Honey
music
boy,
notes.
puzzle.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a whole bunch of different things in here that you can modify.
Tiny star. That looks good. I like. Are you gonna leave it black? Because I actually really like the
Yeah,
black.
probably. Yeah.
That looks really cool.
Just to add
All right, we
some-
can go back, Pablo.
Yeah, something. I guess something like
That's
that
cool.
can work.
Super
you
cool.
know. So it's not much time put into it, but it's.
Paul, welcome to the stream. We are working on some mogurts right now.
Mm-hmm. And
You're getting the best of the best from a pro.
just to speed this up a bit. Well, no, maybe not. I can just do those shapes from scratch as well.
Right.
So you can learn a bit.
Let's do it.
So what I did on the other ones, I basically just created with a stroke. I think I did like 5 pixels, and just create one shape. And these ones, for example, once you have them, just to give them a bit of that wobbly style, I just rasterize it and then do some liquify on them.
Okay.
You know, in here you can use, like, for the liquify, what it will do.
Oh,
It will
okay.
stretch it. You know, like,
Yeah.
depending on the
Make it look realistic.
yeah, like if it's small, the brush is small, it will just take a little bit.
Right.
You know, but if it's bigger, well, that's too big. We'll just get it something like that.
That's cool.
So yeah, let's create a couple of these ones over here. That side. Then let's.
So Miles is back for one more question. Yeah. So today we're giving away the Premiere Pro pillow, and also, and Paco, right? Are we giving away a year of CC in this broadcast as well? For the challenge.
For the
Okay.
challenge.
We do need to give away hype for the After Effects logo.
That's right. Okay. When are we going to do the pillow giveaway?
Right now.
Right now. Okay.
Right now?
So right now. So okay. Just to confirm, someone was asking so the big prize for the challenge, the animation challenge, is a year of CC.
Get it.
A year of CC.
Get
You
it.
have nothing to lose.
Nothing.
You can make a mogurt that you might never want to use yourself. Someone might. Do it.
The side hustle.
All right. But this could be yours. A limited edition Premiere pillow.
Guaranteed +2 to sleep when
Yes.
using that pillow.
So,
How soft it is.
Right? It's very-
alright,
yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
My hands on this
Puffy.
pillow.
prototype, you know.
This is nice.
Oh, this is the one we're giving away.
Oh, yeah.
Nope, forget that. Sorry. We're not giving away the Premiere pillow. You're getting the After Effects pillow. Because we're working in After Effects right now.
Got him.
Who just showed up?
You guys fell for that? You thought we were giving away the first pillow?
Oh, that's right.
Rookie mistake. We're
Sorry.
giving away the second one.
Giving away this one now. Actually, this one's even it's even nicer. I like this one. All right. So, how do you win? You gotta be in the chat to win.
Okay.
You gotta give some hype.
Andrew's in the chat.
And
Joseph is in the chat.
We've got our AI bot, which will scan through
Scanning.
and pick our winner. So make yourself heard.
It's actually just me choosing it, so hype me a lot. Just kidding, I made that part up.
Oh my God! So much
Dang,
hype.
there's
Look
a
at what's
lot of
happening,
hype in
right.
the chat.
Yeah.
It is happening.
Look at these
wow.
pillow pals.
Look at what's happening here.
I saw, I'm seeing familiar, the Nick Russo,
crazy.
the Honey Boy,
Mm-hmm.
Cherry Vaughn,
Everyone's in. Everyone's in.
Chase, I see you. There's all the people that have been here the whole
If you
time.
want it, if you really, really want it. Chris Garcia, avid media composer. Very good. All right. Yeah. All right. It's the premiere. You're killing me. What?
Oh.
Wait
You
a
guys
minute.
fell for
Now
that?
it is the hey. You thought it was the After Effects pillow?
Can't believe they
Just
fell for the
kidding.
old switcheroo.
Now it's the premiere.
Just kidding. It's actually my beanie that you guys were.
That's right. All right.
Double twist.
You know what? They just want the pillow. They just want the pillow, and it is cool. And we do have these, by the way. So I saw someone else like, do you have these for all of the app?
And you guys do?
Icons, we do. Yeah.
Those are cool.
Yeah, they're really neat.
Those are really rad.
Decorate your house.
So how does the
nerdy.
winner get chose once hype has hit sufficient
We've
levels?
got our little AI bot here, which is scanning through all the hype right now, and it
Okay.
appears that we have a winner, and it is
Wait, where do I see it? Axel Gerber.
Axel
you just won
Gerber.
yourself
Yes.
this pillow.
the premier
Congrats.
pillow, not the After Effects pillow. All right, thank you, congratulations, Axel Gerber.
Thanks for hanging out in the chat, man, and for the hype.
That's
Where
right.
does Axel post? Oh, there he is! Yay!
There he is. All right,
Exclamation marks!
Nice.
Nice. Congrats, man.
Nick's like, dang. All right, hey, next time, more chances to win. Now, don't forget, of course, Greg, Axel, you are dead to me. Don't forget that we've got our challenge. We've got you got 23 more minutes. If you're watching on behance.net/live, go to the
This is your
contest tab.
chance.
Download the content that we have for you. All right, and start creating. You got 23 minutes under the challenge tab to get your things submitted, where you can win a year of Creative Cloud. If you've already got a membership, you've already got your subscription, it'll just add on top of that.
Yes.
So you'll get another.
Pablo's got his bubbles now too.
Oh, Pablo's got his bubbles. All right.
Let's see this.
And thank you all. Thanks everyone for all the hype. So wonderful again to have you here live with Pablo and Shonduras. And we've got about 50 minutes left. And we're in the process of watching Pablo create a motion graphics template from scratch, a transitional element,
Yep.
which we began by just sketching here in Photoshop, which we could have done in After Effects, but
Yeah, it could be. I mean, this is just basic
Yep.
shapes, so they could be done perfectly with masks in After Effects or the software that you prefer, even like Illustrator or whatever. Like Illustrator, you can just import it into After Effects, and
Because-
it's super quick and fast.
because Illustrator files
Yeah.
are also native to After Effects. Photoshop files are native to Premiere Pro. So this is one of the things that I often say too when people are like, you know, if they edit, let's say they edit an FCP, like FCPX, or they edit in Avid, someone mentioned Avid or somewhere else. You know, I'm the first person to say, hey, listen, of course we want you to use Premiere. But my second question is, well, do you use Photoshop? And usually it's like, yeah, because I do my lower thirds and my
Yeah.
graphics.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, so well, what do you do with that Photoshop file? Well, I'll flatten it into a ping with transparency or something and bring it in. I go, okay, well, what if you want to change the lower third text? Well, I go back to Photoshop and I
Yeah.
go to the layer and I change it and I re-export a ping with transparency. Well, with a Photoshop file in Premiere, you drop in the PSD, and if you want to change something, you control-click or right-click and say Edit Original. It opens that original file in Photoshop. You edit, add, do whatever you want, save the change, go back to Premiere, and it's already updated. So there's no flattening. It's just a direct live edit connection between the two.
So where are we at? Let's check back in with Pablo.
Yeah.
What's next steps? Do we have sufficient bubbles?
Nah,
Eh.
there's never enough.
I'm just keeping you honest
Yeah.
with time because keep in mind we're about 10
Yeah,
after
definitely.
12. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, probably like today we'll leave it in the design section, and tomorrow we can continue with the animation part. So
Okay.
just stretch it over the days. You know? And tomorrow we'll have you as well having
maybe.
maybe.
Has
yeah,
anyone in the
you're-
chat found my
yeah.
laptop
That's
yet?
right.
Someone in
That is
contact
your
with
job.
Delta?
You're
or-
doing job.
Yeah.
David Cruz had a great question. How do you stop or start your brainstorming ideas before starting a project?
For me, I don't know. Depends. Like for this specific case, like I just looked at Sean's channel, you know, and it straight like it kind of screams like one kind of vibe, you know. The only thing I had in mind is like sometimes you put content that is like directed with her daughter, you know,
Yeah.
his daughter, and other times it's more like video games or even sports, you know, like snowboarding or something like that. So depending on what the vibe needs to be, like for example, this one could work. It's quite like colorful and like playful in a
Yeah.
way, so it can work both sides. It can work for the sports or the esports part to even like all your kids
Yeah.
more kind of cute, you know. But what I can show you, like then it would be a case of like I will find some references to inspire myself, you know, and from there it's just creating I don't know what other process. some things just like scream one kind of style, I guess. You know, but
You
some
know,
other.
Bake Like a Pro, that's a question, actually.
Yeah.
I don't have any of our marketing people in here. You know, so we do have an Adobe store where you can buy all kinds of Adobe swag.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the pillows are available there. I'll check. Let's see if they're available in our Adobe store.
I haven't found your laptop, but I've been searching for Jason's headshot all morning. Just screenshot. You got one right here with a green screen. Easy.
That's all right.
I'm just gonna try switch things around, see if they look better or not. You know.
Part of the creative process.
Yeah, most of the creative process is just like trial and error. Like you can just try something, and if it doesn't work, just move on and do another version of it.
Right.
You know. So yeah, this, for example, let's just group it. Just replace it with the blue one instead, which is this one, right? You know, for example, I do like this better, so let's keep it that way. As you can see, like for example, this is really messy. Look at all these points; they're not in the same place even, but whatever. For this purpose, it's fine. You know, all this will need to be refined. Let's just do one more for the sake of like finishing this trail. Another thing that, like, for example, in this, it was quite a tight turnaround. So one of the things I tried to do, it's with creating one of the waves, I can basically duplicate them and use them just to be a bit clever with the production and streamline it a bit more. Like you can see, for example, can show you in this specific one. I think it's this one.
So you just reuse some of the shapes in that one?
Not in
the
this
same ways?
one, because that one is all of the shapes are unique, you know. They don't repeat themselves, but for example, in this one, you can see like this one is basically the same Flash or Animate file that I've just like moved around. For example, this is the original one I created.
Yeah,
you know,
and then you just duplicate it and kept
and then
going.
just duplicate it, move it, have it on the timeline.
That's awesome.
So it kind of like overlaps a bit, and it just creates like, oh, it's all of them are different, but it's just the same one. So keeps the workflow in a lower level. So it's a bit of what I will try to do here as well. Yeah, keep asking questions if you have any question like regarding workflow or even how to use like specific questions on the software.
How are your guys' challenges going? Can we get some updates from the chat on their challenges?
Yeah, let's see.
Is anyone getting close?
I'm gonna see if we've had any submissions yet.
Ooh,
I
let's
hope we
see
have.
it.
I don't know. Let's see.
Cedric loves the textures. Joseph's rendering.
Okay, nice. All right. Well done. Well done.
Wow.
All right, and you've got the link again. It's there in the.
Chase is asking if there's anything to speed up rendering.
Speed up rendering. To be honest, like because of the stuff that I do, my renders are quite fast.
I was gonna say, your renders
anyway,
must be fast.
you know, they're really fast. Like
Yeah.
I was talking with a friend that like he does like high-end 3D, and it's absolutely crazy. You know, like the machines they have, and you know, like the setup you need to do proper rendering.
Yeah.
Compared to what I do, which is 2D, and I can just use my laptop.
That's right.
And just render from anywhere, basically. I don't need a strong machine
Right.
to do this.
And you know, outside of that, of course, first and foremost, just as a general point of knowledge for all of the sort of CC video apps, RAM is really key. So the more RAM you have, the better your performance in the app will be. The faster your renders theoretically can go. The other thing is, particularly where Premiere is concerned and Adobe Media Encoder is concerned, where you can also render Premiere sequences and render After Effects comps without even launching After Effects. You can render After Effects directly to Media Encoder.
Yep.
The benefits there are that you have the option to choose which GPU renderer you want to use. So you could, let's say, like, so you're on a Mac. It looks like you've got a 2014, or you've got an older one like I do here.
It's 2015.
Okay,
yeah.
so you have the last one
Exactly.
before
Yeah,
they
before they changed.
So this is the 2014 right before his. So mine has an NVIDIA CUDA card in it. So I actually have NVIDIA CUDA GPU acceleration available to me, Apple's Metal, which is their native new GPU accelerator, and OpenCL, which is kind of the standard classic. You'll have Metal and OpenCL. And of course, software only, which just renders through the software. If you're on PC, you can also, because you have more video cards available to you, you can also have the CUDA renderer options. So that can make a significant difference. If you're finding that you're working in Cinema 4D with 3D and stuff, and things are just taking a very long time, it can also be what format you're exporting to. We were talking about this earlier, and there are some formats that are just heavier to render to, heavier to decode and stuff.
Yep.
And there's a lot, and many that are optimized in Premiere and After Effects for rendering, particularly things like ProRes and some of the MXF flavors and DNX flavors are optimized when rendering. You'll even see a checkbox in the media encoder for enable smart rendering there. And then there's other best practices with your drive space and available space and
definitely.
cache disks and where your cache lives. It's like, so we could spend an hour just talking about optimizations and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think on my side, like for today, I'll leave it on this.
Okay.
On this design.
Okay,
you
just so we can get
just so
get
we
something
can,
made.
Continue.
Okay.
Yeah. Tomorrow. But ask more questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
They were asking what kind of tablet you're using.
Oh, right now I'm using like a bamboo, like a Wacom bamboo. I think it's quite old actually. But one friend, I used to have one that it was like light gray, same, like a bit bigger than this, but also a bamboo, and a friend that left when I lived in London, and he left to New York, and he left this one behind because he didn't have enough space when moving, and he left it to me. So I've been using this one, which is like, it's really tiny and really portable, so it's perfect to work everywhere, Yeah.
Throw it in the bag with your laptop.
Yeah.
So something to keep in mind when you're building. So Bradley was just asking, he wants to see how you'll be able to change. So basically how you'll set up the expression with the slider so that you'll make that an editable color.
Yeah,
in
you'll
Premiere.
see that tomorrow, definitely.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So we may not get to that today.
Oh, if you
All right.
want,
Well,
I can
Just
show
dig
you.
into it right now.
let's
Let's
do it.
go.
Let's do this.
Make
now.
him do it.
Why not?
All right.
Okay, let's just open I'll do it in a new project.
And Axel, so do we have a listing of the various Macs so that you know which perform best? Some have lame cards but good processor speed. So here's the thing. I mean, best. What does that mean, right? So if you're, this machine, this is a 4.5-year-old laptop. I still use it when I'm traveling. I still render 4K. I render mogurts. It's not the fastest, but it works, and I have GPU acceleration available to me, so it's faster than if I didn't have it. The newer MacBook Pros that have ATI cards, you don't get CUDA, but you can use Apple Metal. It makes a huge difference. It really, really does. But again, there's other things outside of processor and GPU that make render speed a little bit faster, or just in general performance. How you use all of our video and audio apps use a shared RAM architecture, which includes Photoshop, by the way. So how you allocate how much RAM is being used for the active application, like the in-focus application, versus how much you leave in the background is very significant too. So like my typical ratio, I have 16 gigs on this machine, so I do like a 70-30 ratio. 11 gigs for any active application, 11 gigabytes for any active application, and then 5 gigabytes for anything in the background. So that's the operating system and everything else that's open. When I switch to another app, Premiere or Photoshop or After Effects, now it gets 11 gigs of active RAM and everything else uses 5. So those kinds of ratios and things significantly improve the performance and just kind of migrating across the apps, especially if you work with multiple ones at a time.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, walk us through it.
For now, what I'm doing is basically creating a couple of solids just to show you. Then the adjustment layer, we'll have what is it, a color, another fill, that it will be the one that will change the others. So for example, we want to be able to change 2 different colors, right? So let's call this color 1. Let's call this color 2, yeah. Perfect. And then the solids, for example, will have as well like a fill effect that here in the color expression you can alt click and it will appear the effect. Basically it will appear the expression panel. Then you just take this one and sorry, you have to have this one open, right? The effect controls from the adjustment layer, right? For example, you want it to be one will be gray or green. Let's just use nicer.
I dig
These
it.
2, right?
Mhm.
So this one, once you go to the fill effect of the solid, you just oops. This one will link to that
Dang,
one.
you're doing
and
all
then
that
it
from
appears.
a tablet.
That appears like effect, and then it's like in this comp layer, adjustment layer, so it will look into the effect, into this comp, and it will look for this layer specifically. Oh, never, nice. That's exactly what normally happens. Oh, gosh. Why? 1, 3. Someone probably can. Boom. Can go to the other comp. Let's see. Just normally have it that I can just copy it.
We missed some intense PC versus Mac discussion in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad we missed
yeah.
that. It would have gone deep.
Yeah, and honestly,
choice.
it's just a choice.
It's a
Yeah.
choice. I'm just used to.
Right. And I didn't ask. I
Mac,
assume yours is
you
a
know.
Mac that you probably.
Yeah.
Or is it a PC?
I actually use PC.
Oh,
yeah.
There you go.
That's
Okay.
why I'm so apprehensive, like
Right.
to hop on your
To hop
guys'
on my
stuff
Mac
because
right.
it's definitely I'm like a firm believer that one's not better than the other. It's just whatever you're used to.
right, right.
And I've always been used to just a normal PC, even my laptop.
right.
And so it's hard to
Yeah,
go
it's
the other
hard to
way.
break it. And the thing is, I mean, people always ask, well, but aren't PCs more performant? You can get more power. And the short answer to that is, well, yeah, because you can build a system bigger, customize it. Yeah, sure. But you're building it, customizing it, blah, blah, blah. I mean, you can buy an out-of-the-box PC that has the same spec as the out-of-the-box Mac.
And it's maybe not going to hang. Yeah.
They're kind of, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. They're kind of going to be very similar.
I mean, Apple just released the iMac.
Right,
Pro
so you got the
that
iMac Pro.
I haven't tried, but like probably
Yeah.
it's pretty expensive.
So
isn't it?
so here's the thing. So I have the new iMac 5K, not the Pro.
Yeah.
But I have it completely maxed out. So 64 gigs of RAM, 2 terabyte SSD internal, which
Wow.
is
Yeah.
You're set.
wicked. That's wicked. It's got it's got an 8 gigabyte ATI Radeon video card, so 8 gigs of dedicated VRAM.
Wow.
So I don't have CUDA support, but I have Apple Metal and OpenCL. It flies. From moving from this, it feels like I'm you know,
Right.
aboard the Starship Enterprise.
Yeah,
Really,
pretty
like
much,
it was that
I
much
love
of
that.
a jump.
That's cool.
But I've also already, prior to getting that, I was on a friend's home-built PC, 128
Right.
gigs of RAM, GTX 1080, 64 gig video card. That thing was one of the sickest machines I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was expensive because he just maxed out every possible component. It's got
Maxed
16
out.
fans and liquid cooling and everything else. I mean, yeah, it's rocking. But
There
he's
you go,
also
chat.
doing
We
some
dug into
porting.
it for you.
That's right. We
Should be
answered
happy.
it.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, Kevin, using Premiere on the Apple Watch. Sure, right. Coming soon. Right. Probably not.
I hope you're proud,
not.
honey. Wait, did he start that?
Right.
So yeah, and this should be the expression that links to the other color, and it will look, for example, it will look comp, into this transition, which is transition 01, which you can see here. And then the layer, it will be layer controller, which is this one here, right? Once it will look specifically for effect color 7. This is just to keep this one is to keep the colors into the color Adobe range. Or
I didn't understand that.
how do you explain that? Don't even me, like I don't even understand myself sometimes. That I just export things
I'm just
and
asking for chat.
they don't look the same.
Yeah.
Is the color profile, right, of the files that you
Yes.
can choose in for example in Photoshop. It's like when you create a new something, you can like either RGB or CMYK or whatever, but inside RGB you have a lot of different color profiles, right?
Yeah.
So you just to keep on that one, no matter
Consistent.
which computer
That
you
makes
open
sense.
it in.
Yeah.
Right. And that's a great point to bring up in terms of people creating mogurts and again sort of how we're working in video. So After Effects does have the ability to switch your color working space, and you can see that if you wanted to switch to your project settings, you can actually modify that. Premiere Pro to date doesn't let you change the color working space. So just something to keep in mind. And as Pablo just said, realistically, you're making these things for an RGB world. That's pretty much where you need to be. I wouldn't worry too much about the other things for creating mogurts especially. There's other reasons where you're going to change your color working space.
In that RGB world.
Okay, I'm not going to throw you. Yeah. I can show it over here if you want, but it's okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we've just got a couple minutes. Oh my God, Paco, are we that close already? No, hold on.
that
I gotta
close.
see though. The submissions are. Oh, all right. We've got. Hold on.
You've got submissions.
We got
Let's
one.
see.
Oh, Anna brought hers in. Okay. Hold on. All right.
It's getting real, chat. We're
Yeah.
about to have a real winner over
All right.
here.
Got a few more minutes. I don't know if. I know.
This is so cool. I'm seeing all these people that watch the YouTube videos in the chat.
Yeah.
It's good to see y'all.
Yeah. Okay. We have until the deadline? A minute and a half till the deadline. Okay. I'm not seeing it on here for some reason.
Over here on the
So
right.
there-
We got
there
about
I
a
see it.
minute
Okay.
and a half till the deadline. So
Work
start
quickly.
Start that. Start it.
Oh, thank you, Terry.
Start
That's
that.
very nice. Okay.
Mine's gonna take an hour to render.
Yeah. Oh, Chris Garcia, the Hackintosh, which is Mac OS on the PC. Yeah, and I know a lot of people who actually use Macs with VMware or whatever, and they're running Windows or like back in the day, I used to do that all the time.
Got a request to put on the space helmet. I can do that. We
That's
only
great.
got 50 seconds left. What's going on?
All right, now I have to remind all of you, we are going to be giving away a year of Creative Cloud.
Full year. 12. Is that 12 months?
It is 12
Full
months.
12 months. Wow. For you.
Has the year changed yet? Are we changing the? So it's 12 months of Creative Cloud. You got to submit to win. Submissions are looking a little light.
You could win if you submit.
Now, as our lovely mod Tim just pointed out, if you can't submit right now, we will show it during the next segment. But for this segment, for this giveaway, you got to be present. All right. Honey boy, all right. Yes, and Greg, as we said before, it's ground control to Major Sean.
That's the line right there. I like that line.
That's right. All right.
All right. So do we have? Are you finalized over here?
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that might be
And we'll
it.
dig deeper
Might
tomorrow?
touch it. Yeah, probably on this. Can start setting up Flash or Animate.
Okay.
Have both. I still have a old version. I like to keep the previous versions of the softwares as well, just for sometimes like when you're working with companies and not everybody has the latest After Effects version, because some people don't like to upgrade straight away
Right.
or whatever. So it's nice
They're comfortable with what
to be able
they're
to
already
just
using.
downgrade some of
Gotcha.
them.
Mm-hmm.
Some people want to see your work in animation. If you're just joining and you didn't see some of his animation, could you show some of those before the end really
Yeah.
quick? Like the real deal?
What do you mean? Like,
Show some animation.
Some of
Yeah,
the,
some
of the
mogurts that you've
mogurts?
done, yeah. Let's look at those really quick.
Let's go back to these ones, for example. So
All right, you asked. Here it is, guys.
So this one is a transition. Oh, it's loaded.
That's right.
You know.
All right, and see what's happening right here. See how Sean is Mickey Mousing what's happening.
Yeah,
that's
quite
a
usual.
that's a requirement, right? That's
Yeah.
what you have to do. You have to hear it in your head so you know how to do the sound design. Which I imagine, as a YouTube creator, that's a huge part
Yeah,
of this too, right?
exactly.
Like, you got to have the
Always.
sound element.
So it's funny, I actually took that exact mogrt that he used, and yesterday I took that and I made it into a vertical, and then I put that on my Instagram story and said, hey, go check out the YouTube video. So
Easy.
That's awesome.
tons of different uses, just
Yeah.
you gotta get
Yeah,
creative
and as
with
you were
it.
saying, like you can even mix them. Like for example,
Absolutely.
this one, the opener with the is like the transition, and it leads to the
Right.
title, for
Yeah.
example. You know?
Actually, on the Instagram, I did. I had that pop up and it goes, "Phew," and then I had the text where you
Yeah.
can hold it down and make it like move with it, so the text actually tracked. And as that blew up and
And it
created
will-
a circle,
it will
the
come
text
in.
came up into it and it
Nice.
said
Yeah.
swipe up. It was
Yeah, it's
it
cool.
was fabulous.
So many ways to.
Yeah, that's really cool. So this
Yeah,
this
so-
one he's showing you guys right now, I
Yeah.
actually used that in my YouTube video yesterday, and it was a video surrounding a video game event I was at, and the colors for the team was like a gold, gray, and black. So we took that exact same thing, but changed the colors to gold, gray, and black, and made some awesome content. And then I verticalized it and threw it on Snapchat and Instagram stories as well.
Yeah, so that's the title mixed with the transition, which just does a nice opener, right? Like to put like best days.
Best day ever.
Best day ever.
Then the lower third, which is this one, which again I was able to reuse some of these waves from the other projects,
Yeah.
which is nice.
SSG represent. Thanks, Chase Leopard.
I love that too. So cool. Do you have a particular choice font, or do you have a particular font or typeface that you like to use? Like,
Yeah, the
always?
best day ever one. It's
What is that
it's
one?
what
I've
is
seen it. I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah,
A
yeah,
font,
yeah.
I have font anxiety, so
I
couldn't
think
name
it's
it.
Oliver's Barn is what it's called.
Oliver's Barn. Okay, nice.
Oliver's Barn, best day ever. Oliver's Barn. I don't think I've ever released that info before.
Interesting. Is it a typekit font?
I can't remember. It was
okay.
2 years ago. We picked
Okay.
it up. I just know that's what it's called because we use it in all
Yeah,
our projects.
Oliver's
But I
Barn.
can't
Nice.
remember where it originated
Okay,
from.
you heard it here. I'm sure someone. Does anyone know Oliver's Barn? Tip my font anxiety. It's real. Font anxiety is real.
Font anxiety.
I don't joke about that. Not joking. I totally am. Honey boy. Yeah. Oliver's Barn.
All right.
Okay.
And then you have finally, this is the last one I think, which is basically just the background that then you can just put
Right.
whatever text or images or anything.
great.
Well, I mean, let's
that's-
not do it full.
that's right.
I
It'll- yeah.
guess.
Oh, that's cool. They just show up.
Cash in some frames.
Yep.
All right. So Comic Sans.
Futura.
Yes. Nothing like Comic Sans.
Yeah, I do use Futura quite a lot.
I told you that's
Like
my
the
Futura is
PT,
my
yeah.
is my Futura PT is my favorite. Actually, it comes out of a great love for Apple Records back in the day in the '60s. Did a lot of album covers, really cool album covers, late '60s, early '70s that all were basically Futura.
Futura?
Yeah, and you can see this trend. I did actually a thing on Behance on album cover artwork. 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
And you can see like these font similarities and trends.
Really?
Yeah, especially like as you get mid and late 60s, like everybody was doing curved text in 67, 68.
Right.
And then by the end of the 60s, they went to like straight, almost Times New Roman style. It was
Yeah.
very common to see just not psychedelic looking, not colorful, just
Yeah.
black on white, simple, or simple serifs. And then again in the 70s, you start getting like the beveled edges and big drop shadows. And of course, 80s is...
You know, and then I grew up in the
crazy.
90s. It was like uppercase, lowercase, uppercase, lowercase.
Right, and again, lots of drop shadow and sort of half 3D, 2.5D.
Every
looks,
username
and
starts with like 3 X's, lowercase, uppercase, lowercase.
Thankfully, we're out of that era now, right? Although these things come back, they come back again.
It's gonna come back. Start using chat. Can we get only uppercase, lowercase, uppercase, lowercase words in the chat for the next little while? Here?
Andrew Gray, 70s Cooper Black. There's a lot of that. Absolutely.
Cedric says Shonduras seems like a lobster kind of guy.
Yeah.
You're a lobster kind of
I
guy.
am.
Nice. Huh? Shonduras
Oh, Oliver's Barney.
Oh, Oliver's Barney. Oliver's Barn.
Close enough.
You know, there's a guy named Oliver. He has a barn.
That's
and he
right.
created
That's
this
right.
font inside it.
You make up a whole story about it now.
Yeah.
He had this barn, and he saw one of your videos. He's like,
Yeah.
I would love to make a font
Oliver's
for you.
Barney. That's it. I was thinking, I was like, it's a Barney. Yeah.
Barney.
Good catch, man. Thank you.
Nice. All right. Is it time? Shall we? Shall
Oh,
we
that
do
chat
our
looks horrible.
Wanna
Remove
do
the
it?
font.
review? Okay. Looks like we've got 2. Okay. Okay. So, gentlemen,
Submissions. Let's do it.
we got
Hit it.
2 today. So again, get inspired for tomorrow. We got
A year. That's a full 12 months.
all right. So
12
here we
months of
go.
Mogrts. On the
Here's the
12th
first
month of
one.
Mogrt.
Let's take a look. This is by Roland Kallenberg. Okay, here we go. We'll go full screen. Check it out.
That was really cool.
Okay, very nice. Just play it again. Vimeo.
Any,
Come on.
it looks
Vimeo.
like. Just watch it. Watch it again. I
Don't watch
guess.
it again.
Yeah.
Perfect UI. I couldn't find
Yeah.
it.
Oh no, it went to other.
Oh, it went to
Other
something else.
thing.
No, see, again. See.
Huh?
Vimeo.
That's cool. And the letters are from.
Does it
the
have any?
caption.
I don't know if is it Roland, right? If
Mhm.
Roland is here, like, are you using any kind of like Newton plugin or like for the physics of the things falling?
Let us know, Roland.
Looks like it.
All right. All right, and this one, I believe, is from Anna. Yes. Okay. So Anna, let's check it
Send
out.
it.
Take a look. Here we go.
Nice. That's psychedelic.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
way cool.
Very nice.
Anna, I dig it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Okay. So now, and this is the best part of my job because I get to have the 2 of you decide. I'm merely here. He can't hear anything once that helmet is closed.
Let's do this.
All right. So let's
Are
review
there
again.
were there any more? Should we double check if there's any more?
This is all we have for
Okay.
today. More may come in, and they'll be reviewed in the next segment.
So I'm going to kind of heed to the professional here.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Anna's.
Are you looking at me? Come on.
You're
Yeah. Nice. Let's
And
see.
then we've got
Let's see again.
Roland.
Nice.
They're two very
Dang.
different
Yeah,
styles.
It's 2 different, really different styles.
That's hard because if they were the same style, I'd
Yeah.
be like, well, they did that style better, but it's 2 different styles.
We,
I mean,
we don't
come
know
on.
if
Can we give them both
if
6
it's
months?
things that like have been created before and they're reusing or not. It's difficult. I mean,
Can we pull up
If
the 3
I-
shot of us, Paco? Make it more intimate
yeah.
as they decide.
Get in here. What's up, guys?
All right.
I would, yeah. If I would have to say like for like the difficulty and like how many things, like creation-wise, is in there, I would say the first one.
The physics
Yeah,
of it.
the physics ones. Yeah.
Okay.
I was impressed by
Yeah.
that. It seemed like the
And a lot of,
title they had right
yeah.
there, the letters from that title were the letters falling,
Yeah.
so it was kind of interactive.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's do it then. It looks like they are going with Roland.
Okay.
It just keeps rewinding here. All right.
Yeah, because the background is also animated, like all those
Rolling.
kind of
A+.
UX.
All right.
plus.
Congratulations,
Yeah,
Roland
congrats.
Kallenberg.
Enjoy a year. That's 12 months.
All right.
Just gonna keep clarifying
pretty
that.
good.
Read the fine print. 12 months.
Yeah.
Very
That was
nicely
awesome.
done.
Thanks for sending that
Very
in, man.
nicely done.
And then tomorrow is at the same time.
Same time tomorrow. That's
Yeah,
right.
still.
So, here's something to keep in mind. Tomorrow, you can be working on this all night. You don't have, theoretically. I mean,
Well,
we
I
want
wouldn't
you
do
to do it
anything
during the
else.
stream.
Yes.
There's really no way to monitor that. So, think about what you
Don't
want to
cheat.
do.
Yeah. Don't see it.
What are we going to do? Think about it. Put your creativity on. Download that mogrt. Download the content. Build something amazing. You've got nothing to lose. Or you could win a year of Creative Cloud. So, really, really sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see.
Hey, Roland's in the
Hey,
chat.
Nice.
Yeah, buddy.
Nice.
All right. Miles is very, very determined for me to find the WWE masks. I don't,
I'll make that a goal for tomorrow.
Try.
Everyone come back tomorrow and we will find these WWE. Well, I
Yes.
can't promise anything, but I will do my best to find a WWE mask.
I have to find our colleague Carl. He's the
Coral.
keeper.
He's always wandering off
He's
alone.
the keeper of the masks. We have one. I swear, there's one in here somewhere. Maybe it was a prop we were borrowing. I don't know if it's in here. It was like the Bane mask.
Oh, dang.
It was super creepy. So one day we're in here doing a stream. This is a long time ago, and just out of nowhere, someone pops up and like, "That was not necessary," you know. And, this is Bane mask behind me. Sorry, I've been watching a lot of Lego Batman. Okay.
All righty.
The other,
All right. Hey, Paul Weaver is in the chat. What's up, Paul?
yeah.
Nice to see you.
It's your third subscription. Jesus.
Wow. All right, that's good. we want to retain you, Roland. So this is what it's all about. Sean Connery just, yeah, I know that wasn't quite Bane. I don't know how that it came out sort of
It
weird.
got a little Sean.
Got a little
Connery.
Sean Connery in there. I wasn't, but I appreciate it. That's good. It wasn't exactly Tom Hardy, but I was trying to do them. All right. Okay, so we still got another 15 minutes or so. So
Yeah.
maybe we'll go back and see.
Oh, really?
As you can
Oh, my
see,
bad. I thought
yeah.
that was.
Oh no, that was
our
just our giveaway.
Okay.
Not the end just
No,
yet.
no, no.
All right.
Not the end just yet.
Well, hang tight. We
No.
still got 15 minutes.
Yeah, still in
Buckle in,
here.
saddle up.
Now, actually, Sean, while
Yeah.
he's finishing up the animation, so
Yeah.
let's talk about, and again, machine permitting, but we'll figure it out in any case.
Yeah.
We're going to focus a bit tomorrow too on vertical.
Yeah.
And really, and you're really kind of the person to talk about this because
Yeah.
this is where you kind of blew up and kind of created that scene for Snapchat,
Mm-hmm.
popularized the format, made the format not a faux pas, right?
Yeah.
Because it used to be like,
Ooh, vertical. Now
vertical.
it's everyone has different graphics, but it's somewhere around 70% of people use mobile for everything
That's right.
they do. So when you're looking at content or posting a tweet or an Instagram story, it's like that vertical content's being consumed. And there's actually a lot of studies, and my own personal statistics show it as well. When I post something, for example, on Instagram,
Right.
if I have it full, hamburgers, we'll use hamburger and hot dog style here. If I post something full hamburger style,
Right.
it gets significantly less engagement than a full vertical. And then when I do just square, meet in the middle,
Right.
you can literally see like hamburger style, square, and then vertical,
Really?
the engagement goes up just because they see more of the
They see
picture and
more.
they're more inclined to interact with it. And
Interesting.
it just it grabs their attention more. They don't have to, squint and like look in to see it.
or
It's
pinch zoom, whatever.
yeah, it
It's-
just grabs their attention. It's right out in front of them.
And I think it's the idea too that for in the early days of YouTube, and I used to like make fun of my parents for this. They would shoot a video vertically incorrect.
Right,
at the
exactly.
time,
And then you're like, ugh.
and then post it to YouTube, but of course it didn't understand that. So you had something vertical appearing in a widescreen frame with all this
I think
black
back
pillar
then it was the
boxing.
worst because you would have, the hamburger style frame in there and then it
Right.
would go vertical. So you were looking at this tiny little
Tiny
thumbnail
little skinny
inside of a
thing
phone screen.
with black pillar boxing, and
Yeah.
it was just terrible.
It really
and
was.
I think it was one of those, like, it was a perception thing. People just thought, oh, vertical, that's how vertical is viewed, never thinking that, oh, I can actually consume it this
Yes.
way, and yes, I should fill all that
the
space.
entire phone screen, yeah. And I think what's interesting is we see this evolution of like, obviously, if you're developing in Snapchat or Instagram stories or whatever app, you can like create in vertical right there. But
Right.
taking something that maybe wasn't built to be vertical,
Right.
like what we're doing right now, like some of
Right.
these Mogrts I've been using. I'll show you right now. I'll
Yeah.
pull up
Okay, yeah.
let me pull this up. Shout out to me and my Instagram account if you want to follow that.
We probably
So
could
here's
show
some
your
of these
screen.
right here. Where can we get a zoom in
say-
on this somehow? Use the
Oh, yeah,
GoPro?
we got the GoPro.
Oh, dang. All right. I'm going to go like this.
From your perspective, so
Okay, oh, here it comes. Are we able to see this? There it is. That's in
Oh, yeah,
Romania.
flip it upside down. There you
This
go.
way. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, we missed the first one. So hold on. There we go. So this was one of the Mogrts in there. See that tracking? Boom. Best ever 7.
Oh, that looks like a Pablo transition right there.
What do you know?
What do you know?
There's another one coming. He's telling me to talk more quiet.
Pause. We're gonna go find a spot to talk quieter.
You like that? Quietly go
yeah.
watch it. And this was my flight last night. He
He
let me in the cockpit of
Oh
the
my
airplane.
God,
Yeah, we're going super behind the scenes here.
Can you take a picture of me so I can put it on social media?
Social media, we're on social media, we're on social media.
Oh,
Beautiful,
look, you see
right?
it?
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
It's next level right there. So that's where I think vertical is amazing because you can really use it in ways that it's not expected to be used. If you can find a way to take something and just alter it a little bit. So I would imagine that most people who've, if you've been watching my content, you've seen really cool doodles and fun stuff, but they've never seen something like that, like transitions and the way that it transitioned out and the words I pinned them to the screen so it like popped in with the mogrt. Like no one's ever done that, and just by doing those little things, you start to set yourself apart. And I think if you, once you set yourself apart in social media, that's when you really find success and find what your style and what your cadence of how you do your content is. So we just went deep right there, but I hope you enjoyed the dive.
And Greg Stokes has a fantastic comment: aspect ratio diversity.
There it is. We,
aspect ratio fluidity. Right?
There it is.
It's great, and that's the thing. And I think part of the why people were so resistant, even a year or two ago, was because of that legacy of it's always in this weird container.
Now things are built for that.
Now things are built for that. And
or you can get creative, like I believe both those mogrts I used, you built hamburger style for my YouTube video, and we made them vertical.
That's right.
And then we just changed the font, the best day ever. We just made it a little bit smaller, and it was the same font that you gave us. And that's why it said it was actually a font, like it wasn't, we couldn't get it small enough to say best ever, so we just did BDE, but it's like all of that was built in, and we just condensed it. And I have no idea how to build this stuff, but I was able to do all that just.
And funny you should say that.
What did I say?
Because
it's funny.
What you're describing here, the ability to sort of reflow from, say, widescreen to vertical to square, is a concept known as responsive design. And this is something that we have now added on the Premiere side for authoring to build motion graphics templates that automatically, without even tweaking,
will adjust.
You drop it on vertical, it appears in the same lower third spot exactly where it should. Drop it on square, same lower third spot.
Amazing.
Drop it on 16:9. Yeah. And there's ways to do it in After Effects as well.
That's nice, because more and more like these days, like every project needs to be used across
all different platforms,
and social
absolutely.
media and all that. So even myself, like every time I need to I want to post something, I need to be like converting to all these different formats, or Instagram, Dribble, or whatever else it's there.
That's right.
And someone says automatically,
that's right.
Looks like it.
And just a random comment, don't rub your eyes after eating buffalo wings. I think that's a lesson for everyone.
Let's dig into that, Don't do it. All right, that was a good dig.
Oh my God. Total non sequitur here on Adobe Live. Coming next, ham sandwiches, why you should eat them.
Don't rub your eyes after.
And here you will see me like if some of the Spanish, the person that asked, like if I was Spanish, if you were Spanish, could you let me know if there is a way to create, because I have the Spanish keyboard and also the Mac one that like lets you put a sound and all that. So I don't really have the functionality of the F5s and that. I should create key shortcuts for creating frames in Animate. Right now I'm just like going one by one, just insert blank keyframe. And probably people that are watching me is like, what the hell is he doing? Why is he doing
Why is he doing the hard way?
Yeah, why is he doing it the hard way?
And to that I would say, Pablo, that we have some similarities there, because I'm not a keyboard shortcut person. In fact, I discussed this with Evan, who's coming up next. Because for years, when we used to actually show off the software around the world, when we actually used to tour before live streaming, we'd go to Sweden or to the UK or to Germany, and we'd have their regional keyboards. So my Control F Z, first of all, it's not necessarily even in the same place, especially if there's non-alphanumeric characters. They didn't work. So, but the menu items, even in Japanese, they're all the same.
You couldn't even read them. You just knew you had to go 5 lines down and click it.
Exactly. So my brain, that's how my brain works. So I remember being in Japan one of the first times years ago, and I'm like, okay, so now, and I'm in Japanese OS. It was Windows at the time, in a Japanese version of Premiere. And I'm like, okay, so now I'm gonna export this. Well, I know that it's, file is the first one. So I file, and I know 3/4 of the way down there's a flyout, and sure enough, that was it. Export, I'm like, I know media's at the top there, bzz, and pops
it
up
all
media
works.
encoder.
That's amazing. Muscle memory.
Muscle memory, and
I'm the same way as well. Interestingly enough, I've just always been more of a menu. I don't really have a good reason or story behind it, other than
I wish I used more.
I've got the little things, the Control Z's and stuff stuff you hit all the
Control-Z
time,
and V
whatnot,
for the
but
move
Some
tool.
friends that are
exactly.
like so quick, you know,
Oh,
like they just do like everything through. But
Yeah.
you know, some people are, some
That's
people
right.
don't.
Yeah,
You know.
whatever.
And yeah,
works.
I could definitely make my own shortcuts.
That's
you
right.
know.
Yeah.
But on the other side, you get used to shortcuts that then when you go into a studio and you have to use not your computer,
Ooh,
you use
yeah.
a station that it's.
That's right.
Yeah.
But you know, Pablo,
Yeah.
because you said that,
Or you can also
we
explore
go.
your own
with
shortcuts.
CC
you know.
synchronization,
Oh gosh.
you can synchronize your shortcuts, your workspaces, and no matter where you edit or use your applications, they will be right there waiting for you.
Uh huh.
That's right.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
These real
Power
talks.
of Creative Cloud. So many transitions. We're trying to eat up time. Okay.
We're basically
So-
using IRL mogurts right
That's
now.
right. Yeah, right. Pretty much. Pretty much. Okay. All right. So, so are
I
we
think
pretty
I'll-
much?
Yeah, I think for today I'll leave it in here, and tomorrow we can dig into like animating stuff in Flash and then importing
Okay.
that into After Effects.
Okay.
Using the textures as I've used in the other
Right.
mogurts, and
Okay.
yeah, just finish this thing.
And maybe just one last thing. If we go back to After Effects
Yeah.
for just a sec, just to if we can and pull up the essential graphics panel, just to show like at this point, if we wanted to make like add these elements,
Yes.
how we go to solo supported properties, and
Yeah,
how it
like,
just kind of lets
say.
us start to drag in those editable
You would
elements.
open that like
Yeah.
you're in the background comp, so you would have to select which comp do you want to
Right.
use for the mogurt. So it will be the background one. You can see it in here. Then you will go to solo supported properties, and it will solo out the ones that you can use for here. It can be text, opacity, or whatever.
Right.
I tried position, and it said it's not supported.
Not yet.
So yeah, not yet. So that's the one.
Something in my eye,
the one
though. Something's in my eye because it's not today, but not yet. Something might be coming, maybe. Yes,
So, yeah.
perfect.
Good
We cue
transition.
you on that one? How did you know to say that? No, that's not. Yeah, not yet, but again, things are always updating. That's kind of the benefit, the promise of Creative Cloud, consistently updating, listening to user feedback, customer feedback, people who are in and out of these applications every day, and adding these things and making the workflow and the process of creating inside of Creative Cloud even better. So, gentlemen, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course.
Stream today, day one. How did it feel?
Amazing.
good,
good.
I
Amazing.
didn't expect there to be a space helmet here.
Right.
Or a GoPro that can film my phone at any moment.
the things-
You guys are set.
The things you find in the Adobe San Francisco studio. And of course, there's lots more coming up today. And we want to remind you again that we've got a challenge. We've got a challenge, a mogurt challenge. If you're following us on behance.net/live, go into the challenge tab, see what we've got coming. Create some stuff. You will have an opportunity to win. Now, are we giving away? Which pillow are we giving away, Paco?
I don't even want to get
One
into
of the
this
pillows.
right now.
All right, it's going to be some pillow. It's the After Effects pillow now. Okay, so we've got tomorrow. Yes,
Tomorrow's
so,
After Effects. If you wanted the After Effects pillow, tomorrow.
tomorrow. All right. So up next, we've got Evan Abrams, Jake in Motion. You're going to want to stick around for this. Stick around here at Adobe Live. Check out the contest. Create some mogurts. Create every day.
Win some pillows.
Win some pillows. Be awesome to humans. Any other advice in our last 30 seconds?
Bar soap for your hair works
Bar soap for your
wonders.
hair. Learn today.
There it is.
Try and use that.
Yeah, it might work in beards. too.
Natural beard doesn't have to cut it. It all
Yeah.
just grows this way
Yeah, just
entirely.
go to-
And have the best day ever.
Pantene Pro V. Amen. All right. All right, everyone. Thank you
Yeah,
again.
thank you.
And we will see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Up next,
Bye.
Evan
Bye.
and Jake in Motion. Bye-bye.